Good morning, Ben Khan, my bestie. Hope you're doing all right, dude. Yo, yo, yo. Let's get it on. Ben, you know Trump is the master. He's going to quadruple your money, Ben. Hey, Joe, I'm sending you something else here, okay? All right, I just sent you a graphic. Sorry. Good morning, Stephanie, guys. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. It's better.
Gremlins going.
Yes, Greg. America is winning. Democrats. There are still people who are freaking. Oh, I don't know. He worries me. I just sit back. I'm like, people, what are you worried about? He knows exactly what he's doing. Trump, of course. Oh, yeah. Happy Thursday, Tanya. April 10th. Oh, yeah. Hey. Hope you guys are ready to rock and roll this morning. Thanks for joining us. The show before the show here on Cancel This. Joe Jam alongside. JJ, Joe Jam.
I'm not liking it.
We can call you BJ. Big Joe.
How about JP or PJ? I would like either
How about
one of
Big?
those.
How about BJJ?
Why?
Big Joe Jam. Call you the BJ. Yeah, baby. Guess who's coming in Monday?
Who?
Well, it's not Donald Trump.
I was just getting ready to say.
It's not Elon. It's not Megan of Megyn Kelly's show.
That was the next thing. Yeah.
But it's Megan.
Oh, you're Megan?
Our Megan.
Our Megan. You're right.
Megan, not Megan. Megan.
Oh, Megan. Oh,
Wake up,
okay.
Pro Joe.
I'm sorry. I didn't even. Yeah.
Come on, buddy. She's coming in Monday.
Awesome.
No, we don't have Eric today. He's busy. Jonathan Heslop, one of our supporters from Rockwood Charcoal and Capriati's, who's going to be in as a co-host for the show today. I will tell you this. We're going to probably end at about 9:45 because, as you guys know, I'm a jack of all trades. I've got another appointment I need to be to quickly this morning. We'll probably get off the air about 9:45. That's right. 3M, Greg. 3M. 3M will be with us on Monday. Give us an update on everything she's been involved with. She's been helping write legislation in Jeff City, helping save people from trafficking, taking care of her family. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. Glad you guys are with us. My name is Pro Joe. What's up, guys? Glad you are with us. Joe, I just sent you another video, okay?
All right.
Hey guys, welcome to cancelthisshow.com, Facebook, X, YouTube, Rumble. Check us out. Paul, this is, you're so right. We didn't do a show yesterday, but Paul says, once again, people are giving up their school board positions to these libbies that we fought to get back over the last 3 years. I see it as well. They're working harder because they're pissed at the local level. See, they don't have policy necessarily at the lower level. What they can say is they care about kids. And if you're not out there competing against them, they will win those positions. He says St. Charles County is officially purple. I'm not willing to go that far yet, but I understand if you look at some of the school board positions and people who are elected, they are the loud minority. They're getting those positions. But if people get comfortable and don't care, that's what happens. I got frustrated many years ago with public school and what was being taught and how they were handling things. And not everybody, we sacrificed to send our kids to private schools, and we got loans and did everything else just because we did not trust public schooling. We were either going to homeschool or go private because it was wrong what was happening in the schools and what had been accepted as acceptable for so long. That might have been one of the only things my ex and I agreed on. Hey, dude. What's up, Jonathan? Oh, good to see you, man. You got time. We're on, but we don't officially start for like 3 minutes or whatever, so you'll just get comfortable. We'll let you know. You'll see yourself pop up when you're on camera.
His mic is hot.
He's got a hot mic. Interesting. Thank you, guys. Getting ready to start the show. Glad you're with us today. Oh, come on, phone. Let's go here. COVID saved our son. He didn't have to deal with our district falling apart. Interesting. He did better without distractions. Well, he was one of the few. Most people do not do better at home than at school, Greg. You know that. Tony says, or the libertarians lie about who they support and what they support. Okay, interesting. I just don't know if I think about if St. Charles County is really purple. I know if you look at some of those school board decisions, I think it's apathy on conservative parents. You got to care enough about your kids to go damn vote. All right, get us started, buddy. We'll go. Hey guys, welcome to cancelthisshow.com, April 10th, 9:01. We are live for cancelthisshow.com. Glad you're with us. News, headlines, updates, everything that's happening on the Donald Trump front, with the conservative movement, with our economy, with everything that actually matters to you. Glad you're with us today. Vic Faust here, Projo alongside. We're also joined today. He'll be popping in here in a second. Jonathan Heslop, the owner of Rockwood Charcoal, the best charcoal in America. It's natural. It's made in the state of Missouri, where the best charcoal is made in America. Plus Capriati's, one of the best sandwich shops in America. And you can find them in St. Louis. We'll talk all about that coming up as well. Glad you're with us. Coming up on the show today, Donald Trump proving to be the best deal maker as a president we have ever seen. It's not even close. I've been telling you, don't worry. Don't freak out. Don't look at your money. Just trust that it's going to work out. This guy is freaking unreal. I mean, this did not just happen by accident. We'll get into that. We'll talk about what China's trying to do and how they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place. And will that cause us problems down the road, or will they ever come around? I don't know, because we know a lot of times Democrats, a lot of times the liberals would rather bite their hand off than continue to take something that's good for them, their families, and their lives. We'll get into that. Charlie Kirk with another massive turnout, this time in the blue state of Illinois. This gives me hope for Illinois, but it is what it is. Is it a big deal that Kash Patel is no longer the ATF director? No reason was really given. I don't know. It's news. It's a headline. We'll see where that goes. Also, updates on the economy right now. A House passed legislation that Trump is backing to stop these lower level, idiotic, power hungry, paid off, possibly by cartel judges that are trying to stop the Trump admission. We'll get into all of that coming up. And plus an update on the tax bill, or huge tax cuts coming for Americans. Well, what isn't Trump doing right now? With that, we bring in our good friend, Jonathan Heslop of Rockwood and Capriati's. What's up, my friend? You always look so good behind your graphic. I love it when you come into studio. You look, dude, you look younger. You look fresh. Did you just get back from vacation or something? You look good.
No, it's working in the sandwich shop. That's what keeps me young.
Does is there a baking light or something
making those fries?
The to die for fries. Give us an update on Capriati's. I've been talking a ton about the first time I ever liked a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It was from Capriati's, and yum, yum, yum. I was going to come by last Friday. I was literally driving to your place last Friday, running errands, and I went, crap. It's Friday. It's Lent. I'm Catholic. And
we've got options.
And then I was like, did I text you? I'm trying to remember if I texted and asked. Okay. What are your options on Fridays?
Well, we've got the tuna salad, of course, that we make in the store every day.
Right.
But then we've got the plant-based stuff. I don't know if you eat that or not, but that's one thing we advertise. We get people coming in and ordering these Impossible cheesesteaks. They can still eat a cheesesteak on Friday. It's just with the Impossible meat.
Oh, okay.
But if you're used to the normal one, it's not going to be as great.
I'm coming by for a tuna fish sandwich on Friday.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow for the tuna
we make
fish.
it every day. It's good.
Wait a minute, you slice and dice the turkeys every morning and the fresh roasted turkeys?
I catch that tuna out of the Merrimack River every day.
Of course you do. Do you want to eat anything out of the Merrimack?
Upstream from the Burbus River. That's where we get it. But everything's going great. It's been busy. Despite everybody saying the economy's in the toilet or whatever's going on, we're still selling like crazy. So
of course you are.
It's doing great. And then, as I told you last time, the Creve Coeur store is under development. We should get possession here within the next month or so, and get rocking and rolling on that place, trying to get it open by the end of the year.
It sucks starting a business. It sucks putting all this money in. It sucks getting your name out. It sucks starting something from scratch, but there's no doubt in my mind you're going to flourish. First of all, you're smart. Second of all, you know what to do, and you just got to stay in there. You got to stay in the game.
Yeah. It's very evident that owners need to be present, and that's throughout the whole system. We see that going on with other ones. The owner needs to be there, and management needs to be there and guiding people in the right way.
God, you and I are both Catholic, and somebody just said fake meat is still meat during Lent. I didn't know that.
Really? I don't know about that.
No idea. You're leading me. Leading me. Karen says, was a misleading headline. Cash was only acting director until a permit was found. Okay. I just saw that update today, which is why I was saying that. Yeah. They want to know if you have any sort of special grilled cheese at Capriati's.
Yeah. The best part is grilled cheese is free for kids. We do free grilled cheeses for kids. But otherwise, if you want to order it as an adult, it's really good. And then we've got tomato bisque soup to dip it in. We've also got broccoli cheddar, which is really good.
What qualifies as a kid? I'm just curious.
A kid at heart, I don't know. So as long as you bring, it's supposed to be one grilled cheese for every adult, and then the kid gets it for free. But I got 4 kids. You know how it is. If somebody walks in with a couple kids, I'm not going to deny them a free grilled cheese for their other children.
That's Jonathan Heslop. He is the owner of Capriati's. Check him out. They're in Rock Hill. It is 9 to 9 still, right?
9 to 9, yeah, every day.
That's what we promote.
We'll be closed on Easter. We might close early on Good Friday in the evening, but we'll be closed on Easter for sure. But otherwise, 9 to 9 every day.
Okay. I love talking about what you've done, because when you first started, your first business was Rockwood Charcoal, wasn't it?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Give us an update on Rockwood. Let everybody know what you're doing with that.
It's charcoal season.
It
Finally,
is.
it's warmed up. The rain stopped. The rivers have receded, and it's charcoal season now. So yeah, it's charcoal flying out the door, and we'll get it out to all the places and across the country. Mostly Ace Hardware is outside of St. Louis, but inside of St. Louis, 100 locations you can find it at.
Okay. We tell people across the country, Ace Hardware.
That's the place. Yeah. Don't go on Amazon. I mean, in last resort, go on Amazon to get it. But otherwise, yeah, you can get it on our website.
I love setting you up for that so that you can let people know about the
Don't buy
Amazon
it on
situation.
Amazon. Yeah, we have to overcharge so much to pay the piper there to pay Amazon. It's just like on our website as far as the sandwiches. We have to pay. You buy that stuff on DoorDash or Uber Eats, you were paying for any restaurant. You were going to pay 20 to 30% more if you're going to use Uber Eats, DoorDash, or any kind of third party provider for that food. Any third party delivery service provider, we call them.
Well, it takes millions of dollars to do expansion for these Capriati shops. I'm going to the chat line. Millions. It literally takes millions of dollars to do this. Jonathan's putting his Creve Coeur store in. You've got a big shot out, and I agree. This would be huge in South County. It would be huge, and it will be huge when you go to St. Charles County as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll have to see. We'll see where the place to put it is, but it's more over finding the right spot. It's not necessarily finding an area we want to be in as a city. It's finding the right 4 walls to be inside of, and that's what this Creve Coeur spot is going to be awesome, because it depending on so much on the traffic out front, the parking. I never knew. I thought, hey, if you build it, they will come. There's a limit to that about if they build it. There are so many good restaurants that have gone out of business because their 4 walls that they're in, or their spot, their corner, wherever, is not great.
You know, we had a marketing guy here with us, Alex. We've had him on the show in the past. He represents and works with lots of companies, and he has always said St. Louis is the place where restaurants come to die.
It is.
And I'm like, what? He's like, just think about it. He's like, St. Louis is just one of those weird type of places.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, just that people in, I mean, the original was always South City. I mean, people from South City do not leave South City their whole lives. I mean, it's kind of funny, but they don't, it's so hard to drive some places in St. Louis. There's just no way to get there from here. So having a spot, you better have your customer base within that mile, or within that, they tell us, a third of a mile, basically. You've got to have that good customer base, and the lunch crowd, the dinner crowd to pull from, the catering that you can go and do. So it's tough to find a spot.
I think you do great in the Chesterfield Valley too, if you could find the right spot.
You know, Chesterfield Valley, I've been hanging out here since 1993 on this airport. Right after the flood is when I started flying.
Jonathan's also a pilot.
When I started flying out of this airport, it was 1993. And I've watched this valley get built up. And you can be the best at what you do in this valley, and you've still got 60 competitors around you that you're fighting for with the traffic and everything else. So this valley is tough. I'm not, people do all right in it, but I don't want to be down here.
And long road in a shopping center at the bottom of the hill where all those homes are. I have a feeling it would do well there.
I liked it when it was just the Smokehouse Market and the airport. Nothing else out here. Those were the days. I used to be able to drive 100 miles an hour down Old Olive Street Road out here. I got my car a couple times at 100 miles an hour when I was 16 years old.
Not anymore. All right, you're a businessman. Lots of news going on right now. Trump pauses tariffs for 90 days, the reciprocal tariffs. There's still a baseline of 10% tariffs. But what Donald Trump has done, and guys, I told you last week and I told you Monday, don't freak out. Deep breath.
Yes.
Stay the course. Trust in Donald. TID. It's all going to work out. And now we're starting to see this. All of a sudden, numbers today, stock market has gained $5.5 trillion since Donald Trump put a 90-day pause. $5.5 trillion. It didn't happen by accident.
Right.
This was manipulated. It was done on purpose. He and his team know exactly what they're doing. But that's not it. How about this? The NASDAQ 100 up 10% for the first time since 2008. People, there's a reason. He knows what he is doing. And now, at least, I think they said it was at least 50 countries, at least 50 now, some sort of writing is in place to switch agreements around that will benefit America. And the only country that Donald Trump has not done the pausing on when it comes to the reciprocal tariffs is China. That's now been raised even higher. And I don't think China's going to give in, and we'll see where that goes. But as a business owner, as somebody that invests your money, when you saw Donald doing what he was doing this last week, your thoughts then and your thoughts now?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I got first off the charcoal. It's 100% Missouri product, much less 100% U.S. product. So I don't have to worry there at all. It's all my competitors, I'm sure, are freaking out because they get their charcoal from Mexico and South America. The only thing that really affects me on that is the paper, because most wood pulp comes from Canada. So I might see a little bump on the paper bag. I've already got the notice I'm going to pay a little bit more for my cardboard boxes, whatever. The long-term effects of this are going to be incredible for this country. I'll pay that extra couple cents for my cardboard box to do it. But if you haven't read Art of the Deal by Donald Trump, you need to, because this is straight out of the playbook. I mean, you could have seen this. If you're familiar with that book, you could have seen this coming from a mile. The guy plays 3D chess. He knew exactly what he was doing.
You said 3D chess. He does.
He does. It is 100% that way. And I mean, when the market drops like that and everybody's freaking out, I was talking to people, oh my God, my 401k. Well, were you planning on retiring today and withdrawing 100% of your money out of the market? No, don't worry about it. Why aren't you buying? I went out and I bought last week like you wouldn't believe. I bought smart. Bitcoin was down below 80,000. I mean, Nvidia was down below 100. Tesla was down to 230. Buy.
Oh, by the way, Tesla was up 26% yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Oh, gee. All of these good things happening. Tesla back up. What did I tell you on Monday? Tesla's going to be back up. And just wait. Wait to the end of 2025 and see where Tesla is. I'm telling you, it's going back up. I love it. Abe says, exactly. I read the book, Jonathan, and always know what Donald Trump is thinking. Jeannie says, never had a doubt, winning. Trump had to because the Japanese were selling their bonds. You know, that's an interesting thing too. If you know anything, and I'm not trying to be an expert, I'm not giving you financial advice. Stock market can go up and down. When there's a stress with the bond market, there can be more concerns there. That's where I don't know if Donald Trump knew exactly what he was doing, or it's like, listen, okay, well, there's a stress on the bond. We need to do something. The bond market is what really associates. Now, we're not having companies leveraging themselves, but they're starting to show a little leverage. There's starting to be a little bit of, I guess, stress with the bond market, and boom, just like that. Oh yeah, we'll take that away. Let's just put America. I said America back in a really good spot. We're just getting ready to start building. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? $3 trillion or something is that he's secured in people that are going to build in the United States.
Over $2 trillion for sure.
Yeah, I saw a number that was
those are secure.
Yeah,
it's gaining every day, Jonathan.
It just keeps going up.
It was $2 trillion last week, so it's probably over $3 trillion by now.
Yeah, as far as the restaurant go, I think we saw a little bump on our tuna prices, and that was about it. The can of tuna went up like 10% or something that we get. Other than that, I mean, big deal. We'll weather the storm.
From the chat line, tariff reprieve, guys. Trump had to because of the stupid senators, Cruz, Paul, and Grassley, who want control. That's certainly a perspective from that standpoint. We saw how they were voting. We're going to have to wait and see where that goes, but I can tell you this much. Feel comfortable, feel good with where Donald Trump is going. Donald Trump didn't come here to destroy America, people. He didn't come here to say, I'm going to lose money to destroy America. There's a plan in place. And Caroline Leavitt set it out so well yesterday, the best press secretary in the history of our country, talking about the best president, arguably, as of so far, a few months in, that this country has ever seen.
And if I could just, excuse me, Raquel, if I could just add to what the secretary said. Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them. And that's exactly why more than 75 countries have called, because the United States of America is the best place in the world to do business. And as the president has shown great courage, as the secretary has said, in choosing to retaliate against China even higher. Elena, go ahead.
Caroline Leavitt, thank you so much. This is exactly what's happening. It's really put China on an island by itself. They're isolated now because all of these countries are now going, who are we going to deal with? Are we going to take the hit from the United States or China? They're coming to the United States. Jonathan, I mean, Vic's taking a deep breath because I have seen this coming when he starts to talk about it. I'm like, this is all so well planned and thought out.
Yeah, he's going to bring them to their knees. And with all these other countries backing the United States now with these tariffs and basically getting the extension of it, they're going to back us, and they're going to put the screws to China as well.
It is interesting because
it's going to be a collective effort.
I was reading a news article today on Fox News why China just can't pick up the phone and negotiate with Trump. And it is a Chinese business advisor, a Chinese native himself, saying that it's going to have to get horrible for China, like absolutely horrible, to the point where Xi Jinping is in such a horrible spot that he does anything, because the Chinese way is not to negotiate. It is not to try to get along. It is F everybody else in America. Yes. My friends who've done business with the Chinese say they will lie. And I'm not saying this for all Chinese. I'm talking about from a business standpoint. My friends who do business with Chinese businessmen in China say they will lie, cheat, steal, because they're taught you do whatever it takes to make money for you and your family and screw everybody else.
Absolutely. That's the culture. Yeah.
And that's not us ripping China. That is how it is done, talking to Americans who do business in China.
I know people that have done the same. They've gone over there with a product to manufacture there. They take it in. They're showing a plant what it is. Within 30 days, 60 days, before they can make the tool to make that product, there's a place already down the street geared up making a copy of that product.
Well, China's currency is currently
two people that's happened to.
I'm not surprised to hear it.
Yeah.
And the other thing from that standpoint, Robert, you're right. It's not China, it's communist. It's the Communist Party. Yeah. You're exactly right. It is. But guess who runs China? It's the communist. It's the same thing when we talk about, oh, well, there are peace-loving people in Iran. There are peace-loving people in Gaza. Well, guess what? There are, and there may be, but guess who's leading them?
They're not allowed to vote.
It's Hezbollah. All right. We have talked about that. It's the terrorist organizations in here. You have a communist organization. But one thing's for sure right now, and I know China will have some opportunities. They're not just going to sit back. They'll try to make things very difficult, but they're between a rock and a hard place.
Yes, they are.
We have the negotiating power, and we finally have a man and an administration that's willing to use it and not trying to tear America down from within, but push us up. I feel sorry for Temu. That is how you pronounce it, isn't it? Temu.
I'm not. Is that the website that offers
I think it's Temu.
Temu.
Is that the website that offers the super cheap items?
Yeah. It's kind of
so
like
what they do, I heard about this, why these websites exist and how they get these things. They're so cheap is apparently they're bringing over containers, the imports taxes from the United States. They can fill these containers with items as long as they're under a certain dollar amount. They get them without the tariff. And that's how they can turn around and sell them back into this country for such dirt cheap, because they're basically not paying anything for them, because they're getting around the tariff by bringing in such a large amount of products. And then they've got something else in the end of the story was they've got something else in that container that's worth a lot of money that they're saving on the tariff. So basically they're using all of this stuff to get their other stuff into the country for free.
Jeannie says there goes the dollar store. Yeah, but maybe. But have you been to the dollar store?
There's
a lot of items that are some expensive items in the dollar store.
It's not $1 anymore.
No.
Yeah. I hadn't been to one in years. Yeah.
No. $5. It's like, wait a second, this is false advertising. It's not happening. I'm just excited at where we are as a country and what Donald Trump has done. And this isn't just a 1 day or a 2 day thing. Just wait and watch. The stock market's going to go back up. I've also been touting for a long time. I do believe somehow, some way. I don't know where the dollar's going, and I'm just speculating from that standpoint, and digital currency and crypto. And I study a lot of XRP and Soldana. And I just see a way how America is going to transform itself. And if you look at the history of money, our country has switched every 100 years or so. And I just see a big change coming. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I do see a change coming.
I like it.
And I don't know. I just see from that standpoint. From the chat line, China will use third-party countries to facilitate savings or pack products with fentanyl. God, I hate hearing that. Paul says, even more now than ever, Trump and his security teams better have their heads on a swivel. Big target on his back. And this, as news comes out, with the guy that tried to assassinate him in Florida, is facing more charges. And we're still wondering what the hell happened in Butler Pennsylvania, the first assassination attempt, where we still don't have all the information that's coming down. So it is an interesting point. And before I go to you, Jonathan, on this from the chat line, Trump is a genius. He put tariffs on an island that had only penguins. They called him crazy, but he knew countries would use it to avoid tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
And here you go. So countries are calling the United States. They're going to have a busy spring. Bessent, the U.S. Secretary, said he knew he'd be busy, but he didn't think he'd be this busy over the next few months because everybody now wants to do business with America.
Absolutely.
This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Jonathan Heslop in studio, the owner of Rockwood Charcoal, the best charcoal in America. It's all natural. You know how you know? You take it and it breaks apart in your hand when you squeeze it. You don't want nasty chemicals from China burning all over your food. And that's what you get with a lot of brands. Do your research, Rockwood. And it's also owned by Jonathan, who is a huge supporter of so many conservative causes throughout the Missouri area, lots of radio stations, podcasts like ours. And of course, if you want the best sandwich that you're going to find, it starts with the best ingredients. And that is Capriati's. From the Wagyu beef to the fresh roasted turkey that they slice and dice every morning, to the fresh tuna fish every morning. And of course, the to die for fries. Yeah, people forget the sandwiches are so good. And as I promote every time on our show, if you haven't checked out when it comes to their catering, you're not going to find a better catering plate. If you are looking to cater any event, if you're looking to cater for businesses, try them out. Give them one chance. And we always tell you, let Jonathan know you appreciate him for what he does with conservative causes all across Missouri. With that being said, it's a great day to barbecue, Todd said. Get the Rockwood out. Get the Rockwood charcoal. I'm curious, have you had a sandwich now that has become more popular? I talk on the show all the time about your Philly cheesesteak.
That's still the most popular.
Okay.
But the Bobby, the original one that Capriati's is most famous for, the turkey dinner, basically turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce on that soft bread. That's still the voted number one. That's not that popular this time of the year and through the summer, but back in November, oh my God, around Thanksgiving, it was crazy. But that's still the most famous.
I still can't believe there's people who do not like turkey and do not like Thanksgiving food, but there are, including one of our hosts, Eric Johnson. However, if anybody was ever going to be changed, I think Capriati's would be the place to do it. That is for sure.
I think Eric is even one of those. Because I've catered a lot of our PRL shows.
Oh my gosh. And by the way, for those who listen and are more of the local listeners, maybe not the national audience, as you know, Eric Johnson, bassist for Platinum Rock Legends, super popular band. They do travel the country as well. Somebody has to make them look good. And as Jonathan, you know, and as Projo knows, lighting is the most important part of any production.
He looks 20 years younger.
Yeah, you make him look good in spandex. I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah. So this weekend we're up in Hillsboro, Illinois.
Where is Hillsboro, Illinois?
It's east of Litchfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're over there. It's a benefit called Stop Out Cancer that we're playing Saturday night from 9 to midnight, and then finally we're back in town next weekend. Helen Fitzgerald's, can't wait, my favorite place, and then we're back at Helen's again at the end of the month. So two shows at Helen's this year.
Isn't it amazing to actually have somebody who knows the Platinum Rock Legends?
Oh yeah, Eric doesn't know until Saturday morning.
Holy crap.
We'll get a text. Hey, where are we playing tonight?
Toddy says turkey is yummy. I agree. Something else big that's going on right now is we've got a situation where these judges that we have seen have tried to step up and go after Donald Trump to stop the movement. Now, fortunately, this last week, we saw the U.S. Supreme Court rule in favor of the Trump administration in deporting these illegals, specifically gang members and those who've committed crimes in the United States as illegals. Of course, as we tried to get out in front, as I've done before with Amy Coney Barrett, she stayed quiet and she didn't release. There was really no dissent released. We talked about this, just that she agreed with Donald. She's trying to play that line again. She agreed with the Trump administration getting, quote, rid of illegals and gang members, but not under the 1898 Aliens Enemies Act. I'm like, give me a break. So it all started with this Judge Boasberg. Hopefully he's gone away. So now the House has backed legislation that Trump backs to stop these lower level judges from even doing or, quote, trying to delay the processes that we know from the get-go they have no right in doing. The House passed it. Now we send it to the Senate. So I hope this stops it, but I'm still not so sure because there's so many damn turncoats that we're seeing, even still within the Republican Party. And you see some of these things going on. Do you get concerned about it?
I do. Yeah. Especially, there was, I can't remember the vote. There was only one Republican that didn't vote for it in the House. Guy in Ohio. I think they finally released his name. But the other side of this, though, is kind of scary. I mean, these federal judges, we had the ones that were blocking Biden trying to give away the money for the student loans. So it's kind of like, yeah, we need it right now, but what could this mean in the future is the only thing kind of worries me. But every single time, the Supreme Court only reviews what is like 60, 70 cases a year or something. And now it's like every 2 days.
That's a good point.
And now every 2 days, they're having to step in and deal with this stuff. So it's taking them off point.
Maybe that's Amy's excuse. Maybe she's just tired.
I don't know, but this could prove to be a problem. I don't know what the long-term effect of this is going to be. I mean, right now we need it, but if and when, I mean, it's going to happen that a Democrat gets back in there and they start doing the stuff that Biden did, and there's not going to be somebody that's going to be able to block it. That's the only thing that kind of scares me in the future.
All right, Projo, you said we had some video to play when it came to this whole situation that's going on about blocking it on the Laura Ingraham show last night. Very interesting here, and thanks for getting that ready to go, Joe.
Congress is deciding to try to go after radical judges who are trying to stop the Trump agenda. Tomorrow, the House is voting on a bill that would limit district judges from issuing nationwide injunctions.
62% or 64% of all the injunctions, national injunctions that are issued against a president or against Donald J. Trump over the last several decades, and 90% of those or something were issued by judges that were appointed to the federal bench by Democrat presidents.
But Trump is still scoring some wins. The Supreme Court sided with the administration last night, allowing it to enforce the Alien Enemies Act, using the Alien Enemies Acts, and putting a stop to court shopping.
We have judges that didn't want us to do it. We have judges that wanted the very evil gang members from Trendy, Iroquois, and MS-13. They didn't want them taken out of the country and put in very powerful prisons. But we've been fortunately winning those cases. But we have judges that are out of control that say, oh, bring them back, bring them back. We don't want them back.
The radical judge who stopped the deportations originally, James Boasberg, was supposed to have another hearing on it today, but canceled after the Supreme Court ruling. Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor, George Washington law prof. Jonathan, now one of the main takeaways from the SCOTUS ruling is that the case shouldn't have been filed in D.C. It should have been filed in Texas, where the individuals were held. So why would Boasberg accept jurisdiction on this case?
Well, that's the real mystery here. When this case first popped up, a number of us said this looks like a habeas case. And if it's a habeas case, it has to be brought where this person is being held or where the custody occurs, and that's in Texas. But for some reason, the judge took the case and proceeded to issue a series of sweeping orders against the administration. None of those orders were proper, according to the Supreme Court. And the court really slapped back a bit at the challengers as well, to some extent the court, and said, obviously, this has to be brought in Texas. And I think the justices saw it for what it was, which is judge shopping and forum shopping.
All right, we can get out right there. You see an idea of where they are. I still have to keep hope in the U.S. Supreme Court. There is no reason why this legislation should not pass the Senate. But some of these senators make me think twice. It's like, what excuse are you going to come up with? There is no reason for this. And if anybody really wants to derail the Trump train from coming down the tracks, they're going to try to go against this. Robert says, I do like Turley, and he's a Democrat, and I agree with you. He's down the middle. Turley reports truth. He comes on and does that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see an excuse for this not to go through the Senate, but maybe I'm wrong.
Murkowski, and that's going to be the issue.
Cocaine Mitch, as somebody said earlier before, he is trying to destroy whatever he can
Susan
before
Collins,
he leaves. Oh my God, Susan Collins. All of these things, it just,
and they don't do, it's not for either party. It's just that they don't like Donald Trump. Or they've either got somebody putting screws to them, or they are just doing it to stick it to Donald Trump, just like John McCain did.
Yep. Chris says, just like they do in Illinois, they are basic judge shopping to get the courtroom and the outcome that they desire. Yeah. I agree. We see it. So that's why we call these things out. We're steering the ship right now. We're driving the boat. We're the race car driver. It is our time right now. We're playing the game. Okay. The Democrats on the side, they're going to try to poke with us. They're like the kid yelling in the back seat. Just keep the patience, drown out the noise, and continue to move forward. None of these people can be fair from the chat line. Clean house. It would be nice, but we all know you know what? We spoke of Illinois. Can we show Illinois? When you pop that up, you're familiar with Charlie Kirk. I talk a lot of time. Charlie's one of my favorites. I love his background. I love that he was homeschooled. I love that he didn't go to college, and he's smarter than anybody that he goes and talks to when it comes to politics. Self-taught. Love him. Love his humility. And I love his humbleness to go and do these things. All right. We were showing you videos of Charlie Kirk 3-4 years ago when all he had were protesters. Now all he has are thousands of college students. This from Illinois, literally in Blue, Illinois. Now, I know it's not Chicago, but Illinois State isn't that far from Chicago. And guess who most of the people are that go to Illinois State? A lot of them, they're from Chicago area. Sure. I bring it up. I'm telling you, there's hope. And there are changes on campuses, even though we know what campuses are. Campuses didn't become what they were in the liberal foothold overnight. It took some time. So it's going to take some time to clear it as well. It's where thought should be present of all opportunities, all ideas of thought to go without being ridiculed, without being threatened. So why not have Charlie Kirk show up at campus and look at the turnout everywhere he goes now, speaking of message of Trump policy, Trump truth, and America first. And there's supporters. People aren't afraid to speak it that much anymore. Do you see that?
It's amazing. Look at that crowd.
Greg says Illinois would be a great state if they push Chicago into the lake. You know what? Who knows?
It's ridiculous. It's something like 90 or 95% of the state of Illinois' population lives within an hour of Cook County. I mean, that's how much of the concentration is.
95%?
It's over 90%.
But there's a huge part of the state outside of it.
I know, yeah.
Including where you and I went to high school.
It's like the tax imbalance, 95% lives right there, but the other 95% of the state land-wise is somewhere else.
By the way, Chris says Gen Z males are some of the most conservative generation in the last 40 to 50 years, and that's what all research and polling is showing right now. It is absolutely amazing. But think about this. I know we talked about it on a previous show. When you look at these paid protests against Tesla, and you look at any sort of protests that are out there right now, they're not young kids outside of those pro-Palestinian craziness.
It's 40, it's 30, 40, 50-year-olds,
Young men and women are not out there.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. And hey, there's nothing wrong with peacefully and legally protesting. It's your First Amendment right, free speech, right? But when you start breaking the law and doing it, it's different. But even when they're not breaking
intimidating,
the law, I don't see kids. I don't see younger people out there protesting.
Yeah, it's the older people.
And isn't it funny how whenever you talk about protests that everybody on the left likes to bring up January 6th, like there hasn't been 100 other leftist like protests that did hundreds of $1,000s worth of damage.
Millions. Yeah.
Right.
From the chat line, we'll look at the men on the other side. They're flat out crazy. We're also told that actually about 65% of the population of the state of Illinois lives in the 6-county ring of Chicago, which is crazy. Crazy. Don't you know about Belle Vegas? Belleville? Come on, baby.
Our hometown, buddy.
That's where Jonathan and I went to high school.
Yes, sir.
Althoff Catholic here in the house today. Speaking of your First Amendment rights, your free speech, Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones got together and did a podcast. I think it was 2 days ago. Last night, I was still looking for some information this morning. They were breaking down 9/11, which will be interesting. So if you guys haven't checked that out, the facts from 9/11, we do that on this show too, and we have. But I wanted to put this out there because they both think that something is planned or something will happen to try to take away our free speech of using X or conservative values, and TikTok has become super damn popular. Check this out and we'll get your thoughts after this.
Because I see people on social media who I know for a fact, or I think I know, are being funded by the very people they're attacking. It's like, what? Including one of the biggest voices. Like, I know that that's true. And so, like, what is this? And it's clearly preparatory to some sort of event that will shut down, a violent event that will be used as a pretext to shut down free speech. Am I being paranoid?
No, That's where all the foundation's been laid. Actually, the superstructure has been built.
Yeah.
They're just putting the finishing touches on it.
But they need to end speech in the United States. They need to shut down X. They have to. My guess is, and I hope I'm wrong, that there is like legitimate hate and extremism on social media, to the point where it makes me uncomfortable. I'm thinking that maybe a lot of that is manufactured, actually, that if there is a mass shooting, and God forbid, but if there is a mass shooting of the people who've been targeted for actual hate, it's true, on social media, that will be used as a pretext to shut it down. Has this occurred to you?
Yes.
Okay, I like to act like I know some things I'm talking about. I have no idea what to think about this. I'm completely ignorant, uneducated, what kind of an event could happen and how this would happen under a Donald Trump administration. Can somebody please educate me? I don't know what, could you guys make anything out of that?
No, I mean,
I trust them.
Seems like there's forces at play that we have no idea what's going on. Like Tucker and they have an inside scoop on some things that we don't know.
Exactly. I started wondering, that neither one of them need to create controversy to get viewership or make money or get advertising. So what do they know? Because I have no idea how you could shut down our free speech right now with Donald Trump in office. Is this down the road, maybe, if Trump wasn't in office?
Well, I mean, looking at the platforms, everybody used to be on Facebook, and they would surround themselves in their bubble of people. Facebook moderated a lot more. They could have, you were in your bubble of these people, and anybody that said anything against the general message of that group that you were in this case, conservative, you were labeled a troll, and you were taken out of that group. X is kind of like a lot more open than that. It's you can pretty much be out there. It's not all these individual groups that exist. And I think that's what they're going to try to do, to at least that is try to limit that, because you don't have the company there anymore, the Twitter folks that were sitting there deleting everything they could immediately that had anything to do with conservative or a story that they didn't want out there.
Okay. We had another issue that just came up. Now you don't even see your bubble. Yeah, I get it. That's a good point, Jonathan. I just wait to see, because so many good things are happening. And we see, at least I see, oh my gosh, there literally is a way out of our $1 trillion of debt, our trillions of dollars of debt. I see a way out of all of this. But will Trump be allowed to finish the job? Because there's always going to be forces at play. I always talk to Jonathan. If you believe in God, you better believe that there's a devil. If you believe in good, you better believe that there's a bad. If you believe that there are people trying to do something positive, there's going to be people who are trying to do something that are not positive. It's the yin and yang of life. And I'm like, okay, it's coming, but stay the course. Just as we talked about in the beginning of the show, has St. Charles County become purple because you had school board positions going to several liberal people? And it's like, is that what you want your kids being led by? But yet people aren't out there necessarily voting for the conservative candidates at the local level.
People aren't voting at all. That's the issue.
And
I mean,
it's voting at
10% turnouts in some case.
I know. I don't know. But one of our viewers earlier brought it up, and I'm like, okay, we'll see where that's going. Also, this makes me feel better too about things that are going on. How about Kash Patel and what they're doing? $500 million of narcotics seized in the Florida Everglades. This happened just a few days ago. That is massive. Somebody's going to lose their job over that. Somebody's going to lose something else.
Somebody's going to lose their life over that.
Then I looked at it. I went, okay, this is freaking amazing. Just another huge, huge, huge deal. Then I'm like, okay, Jonathan, it reminded me of Miami Vice. It's like, oh my God, they're in their boats down in the Florida Everglades. Cue the Miami Vice music. But congrats to Kash Patel in the United States for that. You want to talk about that? It's huge. Here's Kash.
General Bondi, we're here today because of your dedicated leadership to safeguard American lives. Because you have the courage to follow President Trump's courage to put our children first and to make sure that the narco traffickers, and make no mistake, this administration has labeled them foreign terrorist organizations because that's what they are. There is no lethal force on planet Earth that is responsible for an overdose death of an American citizen every 7 minutes, more so than these federal terrorist organizations, foreign terrorist organizations. We are humbled to be a part of this Department of Justice, and we are going to continue to safeguard our streets. This is what it looks like when the United States whole-of-government approach brings every resource to bear, from the Department of Defense and the United States Coast Guard, from HSI, from FBI, from DEA, and so many others. They are going to get all the drugs off the streets, off the markets, and as Attorney General Bondi said, we are going to lock them up. They are no longer going to be free to roam. We are going to dismantle the next man up theory that has been breeding in these Mexican cartels for generations. No more. We are here today because of your brave work. The men and women of the FBI that I lead.
All right,
I'm
we can
humbled
go
and
from
honored
there.
to be here.
How about those shades Cash is wearing?
Yeah. That's, Donald Trump loves being out in front of the camera. I mean, that's the biggest change now. But all of his people that he has as well, they do great. They're out there. They're on camera. Look at Kristi Noem.
I don't know what to think
there.
about Kristi. Megyn Kelly went off on her yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, the way she was
like,
holding the
Kristi,
M4.
You're getting an A+ for a job well done. You are kicking ass. You literally have set the standard for that position in Homeland Security. Why are you trying to glamorize it? Why are you? It's literally, those were Megan's words. I'm sitting there laughing because every time we turn around, she's got a gun and she's got her glasses and she's a beautiful woman. You love it. I'm just like, maybe it's because I'm not used to seeing it.
Yeah.
She's in front of prisoners and she's got big, beautiful hair and she's a beautiful woman and she's smart.
Yeah. I like them all being out there. It shows that they're doing something.
They really are.
It shows that they're actually working.
Gosh, that is a good point.
And it gets people fired up, and everybody that works for them loves it as well, I'm sure.
Greg says it's getting scary out there. They found fentanyl in marijuana in the Northeast. 1 dead. Damn. Even weed isn't safe. Well, that's true.
I don't know how that is, because when you ingest fentanyl, you can't smoke it. It does not ingest that way. It must be in the gummies. That's the only way it can be in marijuana. I'm sorry.
Well, that'd be fair. But think of all the people who take gummies. I mean, that's a big business.
Oh, yeah. But when you say marijuana, people would be afraid to smoke it because it might be laced with fentanyl. It's probably the
not even in the
thing to
pens.
smoke. I'm sorry.
Not even in the vape pens.
No, the vape pens maybe, because it's a liquid.
I could totally see it happening in the vape pens.
But again, it's still you're igniting it. It's still you have to ingest it in some way, and I don't know if you can ingest it that way.
Interesting. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors as well. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley. Winty's, work hard, play hard. 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road. Go in there, good time, great bar food. Check it out.
Great place.
They've been with us from the get-go. Jonathan loves it as well. By the way, one of their owners, Ben, said he checked out a Capriati sandwich when he was in Vegas and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Ben's a good guy. He knows good food. He makes it there.
He's a successful business owner just like you are. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, grateful for their support. Also, when it comes to, we'll do Jonathan in just a second. Want to say special thanks to Megan Livingstone as well. Realty, if you're looking, Trump's whole deal with this account, he wants interest rates down. He's going for that, and he's put the pressure on Jerome Powell. And if those interest rates come down in May, as I feel that they would, it could open up some more real estate in the St. Louis area. There's a lot of buyers out there still. There's more property coming open, but still not enough for St. Louis.
There's not.
And you know this because you have been looking everywhere.
Well, I'm still a realtor as well, so
residential, commercial.
It's tough finding something. You can't get the loan. I mean, that was the hardest thing. I mean, I was securing a loan to build this next store. I mean, with what it's going to take, that's
another great point.
Yeah. So when the interest rates come down, it's going to go like crazy. This economy.
It's the next shoe to fall. I think. I really do. Get your plan in place. Megan at experience-re.com. Megan at experience-re.com. We appreciate it, guys. Of course, when it comes to advertisers, you guys know all about Jonathan. By the way, I know you do shows. Where else can people find you? Don't you do some other work on local radio stations?
Yes, I do.
Where is that? I mean, we promote everybody around here. If people-
1019. So I'll be on the air this afternoon, 1019 with Tony Colombo.
At what time? We'd love to promote you.
What time am I supposed to be in there? I think 2:40 or so is when I get in there.
And you do things just like this where you're co-hosting. Yeah, we like to promote you, and it's like, oh, we can't say the other person's name. Oh no, we all should be one big conglomerate because we're putting the right messages out there.
Yeah, and it's a good state. It's the one that came out of when 97.1 was bought, when Bank Rip bought up by George Soros, Odyssey. So everybody, the refugees over there started this new station. It's a great place. Yeah, I have a lot of fun co-hosting.
Yeah, so check Jonathan out over there. I know you're a super successful business owner, but he's good at this, isn't he? You're
got
good
a radio voice,
dude. You are. You're good.
They tell me I got a face for radio. That's what.
No, you got a good look and you got a good voice. You've been blessed all the way around. Jeannie says she loves that station. Yeah, they do a really good job over there. They're really
great group of people. Yeah, and I love it when your listeners of this show and all the listeners from 1019 come in my restaurant and tell me that they've been listening to this. It's a great time because I can sit down and talk to them. Then we can have a great time.
Make you feel good.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So please, when you come in the shop, find me and tell me that you heard it on here so we can sit down and talk. And
hey, real quick, Glenn wants to know, he got here a little late to the show, I think. Where's the next Capriati's opening exactly?
Glenn, it'll be in, I don't know the exact, I can't remember the number, but it's on Olive west of 270 across from Deerbergs. If you know where Gulf Shores is, that's a great conservative guy that owns Gulf Shores right there.
Oh, is he really?
Harry Parker. Yeah, he was.
He's from the South somewhere.
He was, and then he was an executive for DuPont up in the Northeast. They bought him out, and he came to St. Louis to open that restaurant. And I think it's been 20 years he's had.
I had a friend take me there for the first time on.
Oh my God, it's great.
I know. I was there on back. When was that? Oh, I can't remember. It was a holiday, President's Day.
Yeah.
And he's like, meet me over Gulf Shores. Is like, I've never been there.
Great food.
Oh my gosh.
Great food.
I had crab cakes in there that were freaking amazing.
Yeah. He's a good fella. So we'll be in that same plaza as them, just in between Mason Road and 270, right by the hospital, the Deerbergs, everything else. So it'll be there toward the end of the year. Hopefully we'll get it open sometime in November.
Glenn says yes, because it's not too far from him. So there you go.
Excellent.
Perfect situation. Glenn says
awesome.
Harry's awesome.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, you just never know who's going to be listening or who knows everybody else around. But guys, check out Rockwood Charcoal. We talk about it real quick again. I can do it. People have to listen to me every day. You put your pitch back in for Rockwood, reminding people why it's the only charcoal they should be using.
It's 100% Missouri product. When you bring in charcoal from other countries, you don't know what's in there. Plus, they don't pay for the trees. They tear the trees down. They rape the rainforest. They use slave labor to make this stuff, and they pump all these emissions into the air. They can get that charcoal into the country on the shelf here cheaper than I can even make it for because of the way the environment is and all the rules here in the United States. But in doing that, we produce a product that's superior. We produce it that's environmentally safe. We pay the people that make it a lot of money to do it, and we do it right. It's highly carbonized. It's more carbonized than any other charcoal out there. Less smoke, less ash, and higher temperatures, longer lasting. There's more BTUs in that bag than anything else. If you're cooking with Kingsford, or I hate naming competitors, but if you're cooking with competitors, the briquettes, there is anthracite, borax, sodium nitrate, limestone, all this other crap in these briquettes that doesn't burn, or it's industrial waste. So don't ever use a briquette. Use natural lump charcoal wherever you can find it. You want to buy my stuff, even better. But yeah, get off those briquettes. They're loaded with chemicals. They're loaded with additives. They are the hot dog of the charcoal industry.
Damn, that is good. I learned so much just in that. You know what you're doing. Rockwood Charcoal. Check it out at Ace Hardware if you're around the country, or if you're in the St. Louis metropolitan area, you can get it pretty much anywhere, hundreds of locations.
Otherwise, yeah, get on the internet. We'll ship it straight to your door, but buy it off our website versus doing it on Amazon.
All right.
You don't want the money going there.
And remind everybody about Capriati's again. We talk about it being wonderful when people actually come in.
Yeah, 9532 Manchester, right by McKnight Road. We're there every day, 9 to 9. Come on by. Get on the app. Get on the website. We'll give you a free sandwich for your first order.
Oh.
Just sign up. All you got to do is leave your text, your phone number, so we can text you every once in a while. We don't bother you unless we're sending you free stuff. That's the best part about it. Get on that app. Save some money. We'll have it ready for you. Or come into the restaurant. Hang out with me. Hang out with Jeff. We got a great group of people there. It's a lot of fun. It's really good food.
I'll be over to get a tuna fish sandwich tomorrow. That's for sure.
I'll see you there.
Is it toasted bread, or is it?
I'll make it any way you want. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll toast the bread for
okay. I want a toasted one tomorrow.
Of course.
That's nice.
Make it any way you want it. Just got to ask.
I'm even going to eat fries tomorrow.
A cheat day, huh?
Well, yeah, it's been a cheat week. So
I'll go
far.
with you. I'm gonna get the Wagyu beef.
We'll still make it for you, but we'll get get the Pope to bless you or something tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So you can have the, what are they abstaining from it, or
do we want a blessing from that? No,
I forgot. I'm sorry.
We gotta be quiet. All right. Hey guys, we love you. Thank you again for joining us today for cancelthisshow.com. Grateful for you guys. Your chat line makes it the best ever that we've had, and you guys continue to keep us on the straight and narrow. Special thanks to Jonathan Heslop. Of course, guys, support his product, support what he's doing. And of course, we'll continue to have him on the show. Job well done, man. Love hanging with you. We warmed you up for your appearance later on today.
Yeah, it'll be a great time over there as well.
Seriously, God bless you, what you do,
Thank
your
you.
family, everything that's
You
going
too,
on. And for Pro Joe, losing it, I'm Dick Faust. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have an awesome day. And just remember to give an account of your faith and, of course, your politics if pushed into it. Love you guys. Talk to you later.